Good evening, boys and girls. Going to have a short podcast tonight, or maybe not. Depends on how much I want to talk, which is always a lot. Jim Voss, high above my garage, 8 or 10 feet at least, maybe more, with just my opinion. We've been doing this 2 years now, and evidently we're doing something right because we don't get negative remarks. And I guess most of that's because we do our research. We don't publish propaganda. We don't air any rumor and mongering, any of that. Now, some of my predictions can be right or wrong, but that's not what we're talking about. Those are just my opinions. That's why I named this show exactly that. This is going to be a really what if subject tonight, and it's going to be a I get it right, conspiracy theorist wet dream. It really is. What do the Democrats stand to gain if they kill Donald Trump? Well, you would say, the average person would say, well, the presidency, of course. Well, here's what I believe would happen. Immediately, Vance would step right into the president's spot, and he would pick him a very quick but popular VP, and the right would be so angry that he would win in an unbelievable super landslide, because they would eventually pin it on the Democrats and the left. Then why are they trying? They got to be smart enough to understand that this would be a death nail in their coffin, because it's not looking real good for them right now, because they just said that all of the polls, all of them, including the liberal ones, have shown Trump in an upsweep and a surge. He owns every state except for one, and she holds that one by 1%. Can you imagine if Trump turns New York? Holy crap. But that's the way things are trending. The Democrat way is causing people to leave in truckloads and bus loads and whatever kind of loads out of New York. Same way with California. They don't believe in Gavin Newsom at all. They don't believe in the Democratic way, to the point that you can go to California, have $1 million in the bank. By the time you pay all their fines and fees and taxes, you're about broke. It's not the gold rush anymore. There's nothing to rush to in California. So the Democrats are looking at losing their left base. And are ready for this one. I love this one. And the black race. Can you imagine that? 30% of the blacks are walking away because they said, hey, you've given every dime you have to these illegal aliens. They've got it made. We're out here busting our hump, paying taxes, and you're taking away from us to give to them. And the Democrat Party is just so stupid that we don't understand. Oh, we love you. Yeah, you love me at election time, but you don't love my black ass when it's not election time. They treat everybody the same way. They are an equal prejudice opportunity company. Here you go. They hate everybody equally. The only thing the Democrat Party wishes to do is stay in power. Because the powers that be are not just necessarily the Democrat Party. It's not Biden and Camel Toe and what's my rank, Walls Balls and, Shadow 8, Bill Gates, those kinds of people, Soros, run our government. They run our government. They run the Congress and the Senate. Yes, indeedy. But that's not unique to just the Democrat Party. Don't you know that many a Republican is still beholding to the man who walked up to them with this endless well of water and said, "Hey, I'll back you because I don't like so and so. I'll back you." Well, yeah. Guy gives you, he funnels and launders the money, but he funnels in $500,000 to your account. I mean, what the hell are you going to do? If he's for hookers, you're going to be for hookers. If he's for free drugs, you're going to be for free drugs. If he's for free needles with the junkies, you're going to be for free needles for the junkies. Maybe in a covert way, and you'll get some other lamb in, what is it? A wolf in lamb's clothing. Some other rhino who go along with that idea. Hey, I got my liberal streaks in me too. I was a cop for 45 years. I stayed in law enforcement. Should marijuana be attached to a crime that can ruin the rest of your life? Hell no. No. If we're going to do that, let's don't shade sin. Let's go close up the liquor stores. We'll go back to prohibition. That ain't never going to happen. Can you imagine them telling D.C. was a dry was dry now? And yeah, right. No, gonna happen. Because I figure that most elected thieves, most elected people are closet alcoholics. Because you can't lie to Joe over here and promise Bob this and swear to Mary she's going to get this and then turn your back on all three and do what the hell you want to. I figure you're a closet alcoholic right away. And because one senator or one House member can piss off a lot of people by making one stupid decision. Of course, now it's not the same for the Democrats. They can make stupid ass decisions, and everybody's okay with it because those on the left are just somewhere between profoundly and severely mentally retarded. Excuse me. Let me get some Diet Dr. Pepper. Yes, Dr. Pepper. A liberal will buy into a liberal idea. Because, see, he doesn't have to put any judgment into it. He doesn't have to put any thought into it. He doesn't have to put any personal morals into it. He doesn't have to put his standards into it. He doesn't have to put anything into it. Because those people on the high of the mountain are just dealing this crap out like it's free lunch. Let's let that big old strapping 6'2" boy go and swim on the girls' team because we want to be all inclusive. He identifies as a girl. But he's got a schlong halfway to his knees, and he's in there showering with the girls. Now, if I could have known in high school that I could have identified as a girl, oh, hell yeah. Me and all my buddies would be right in there showering with all the little beavers. Enough comedy. Let's get back to Trump. Bragg started out with taking one misdemeanor and dissecting it into 34 charges, and then pushing those 34 misdemeanors up to felonies. Well, first of all, that ain't technically legal, and it's not proper etiquette to try and do that crap. Anyhow, that was another podcast that I did. They can't get him in court because they have nothing to work with. It would be akin to, let's see, what would a district attorney case he did not want to prosecute? Someone spitting on the sidewalk. Well, now let's blow it up and say that someone could slip on that little bit of spit and break their neck on the side of the curb, so we're going to bump that up to a felony. That's about the way this one is. When you take a case that is already outside of the statute of limitations, you're trying a case that has no heartbeat. I've been in courtrooms all my life, and I've never seen. Well, first of all, you're going to go to the district attorney or the solicitor, and you're going to say, okay, I got this, and this, and he or she's going to tell you, I ain't trying that shit. I'm not going to take that into court because you can't win it. You just don't have the mens rea. You don't have criminal intent. You don't have the right witnesses, and you don't have probable cause, and you can't prove it, and I'm not trying it. You might as well cut them loose. And I have. This is a case in a normal court. This was not a normal court. This is a kangaroo court where the judge and the prosecutor, and including the attorney general, had a press conference to say how much they hated Donald Trump and how they were going to get him. Now, he couldn't get a change of venue with a prosecutor who said, I ran on the subject of getting Donald Trump and bringing him down. Can we have a change of venue? Oh, hell no. And I do mean every objection was overruled. Every objection is overruled. So what that'll happen is they'll send this on and it'll be kicked down and kicked out. But they're not stupid, see. They said we're going to save the punishment phase and the adjudication of the case phase till after the election. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Donald Trump's going to win. He's going to kick camel toes ass all over the United States. That is going to be a brief night, and it's going to be one that I am going to relish driving down to the courthouse, dropping my pants, and reading a list of all the Democrats and leftists in the city of Aiken that can kiss my ass. But then they're going to try, the Democrats are going to try and keep him out of the Oval Office by finding him guilty and trying to put him in jail. Now, what's going to happen is, can you jail a sitting president or a president-elect? Wouldn't think so. Anyhow, all that bullshit that they did, all those millions of dollars that were wasted are gone. What has happened to all the video? When's the last time you saw? Now, they said 101 different people videotaped the shooter, the spot he was shooting from, the people he was shooting at, the snipers, our snipers, where they were and where they weren't. But my favorite one is, where is the lady with the placard sitting right behind Donald Trump? Now, consider Donald Trump's right. Let me get back in front of the camera here. Donald Trump is right here, and she is directly behind him. He's standing. He takes the look this way at the jumbo screen, and if you watch the lady, she's taking Cato Institute. She's taking her placard, and she's now facing the shooter, and she's doing this. She ain't fanning herself. She's giving the shooter the signals. Trump's up, Trump's down, da-da-da-da, good hit, whatever. Where's that video? Man, kind of walked away. There were indications that she was the assistant director of the Secret Service. Where's the video? Where's the video of him climbing up the side of the building, which I looked at? He climbed up the side of the building carrying that weapon. Where's the video? I don't know. I haven't seen it lately. They got that one shot where Trump is hit. He has the blood running down his face. By the grace of God, he lived by a mere millisecond of not looking at that jumbotron at the right time. How do you have? You gotta ask yourself this. How do you have so much chaos between local law enforcement, the Secret Service, personal bodyguards, and a shooter? How do you have such lousy communication, such poor decision making? When is the last time that you heard anything on the news about the attempted assassination? Not the last one, the first one. It hasn't been on. It hasn't been on any channel. It hasn't seen him being shot. It hasn't seen the lady behind Trump with the banner. With the placard. Oh, another one I liked. The Secret Service man at the end of the platform moving photographers out of the way for the clear shot. Where's that tape? I haven't seen that one but once. They weren't even on the same frequency. Secret Service could not call local law enforcement, and local law enforcement could not call the Secret Service. So these 50 or 60 people who see the man climbing up, and they're taking video of all this, because the guy didn't make it, he'd try and hide, Where's all that tape? Where's all that video? When he was identified at the front gate by the security company as having the rangefinder with him, why wasn't he cordoned off into an office like they would if they found a rangefinder on you at the TSA did at the airport? Your ass would be in a side room for hours. I know what the hell you need a rangefinder on you to fly. Well, to go listen to Trump talk, why do you need a rangefinder? The same rules that are so strict for the most minute thing in airline travel were overlooked into some of the most severe and damning storyline and evidence, and he was there with the former president and future president of the United States. Things to ponder. Things to ponder. Can't have a sniper up there. It's too steep. Too steep. 3 degrees is too steep. The one that our shooters were on was 15 degrees. The shooter was on a 3 degree. When all of these people started going to local law enforcement, and then one of the local law enforcement officers gets shot at, why wasn't someone beat feeding to security? To the Secret Service. Screaming, hollering, yelling, get down, get down, get down. Something. It's just got too many what ifs and whys, and I don't understand this shit. And I don't. I spent all my life in the military. And to protect the VIPs, especially this one, and to just let it all go to hell in a handbasket because, we just didn't have enough officers. She was at an art showing somewhere, porn showing, I don't know what it was. the before and after she became a hoe and then stayed a refined hoe, sophisticated hoe, a Soho. And now with another one. Trump says, oh, I'm going to go play some golf. I'm not going to stop campaigning, but I'm going to go play some golf. Can't even go play golf on his own damn golf course without some idiot trying to take a shot at him. 2 weeks, then another one. It's about time. The Democrats are the same way about Trump as they were about Biden. They were not going to let Biden be the nominee. He got all the votes, okay? But they made sure after the horrible performance on the debate, and also him getting lost in every speech he was trying to do out there with the first lady. Yeah, they knew that he would never last another 4 years. Joe will be in the slow bus heading for the home within the next year. I mean, he has functionally lost it. I mean, that cheese done slipped right off of that cracker. And I didn't mean to call him a cracker. I was talking about food you eat. But what did they end up with? Holy crap, never got a vote. Dropped out because she couldn't even get a half of 1% of the votes in the presidential election. Called Joe Biden a racist to his face. And now they're not bumping buddies because, he's got his own hoe. And then she picks, God help us all, she picks Walmart, or Walls Balls, whichever one you're calling. And that boy, he makes her look smart. Makes her look smart, I'm telling you. Have you seen this clown come onto the stage waving his hand like, oh my God. It's like he's in a sideshow or at the circus or something, and he's coming. Our comedian is coming out for the first time. Yeah, God, listen to me. I'm funny as hell. Something wrong with that boy. I'm telling you what. The sped bus picks him up every morning, takes him to the White House, I think, to play over at Camel Toe's house. The one with the old Mercedes there, not the one with the new Mercedes. Yeah. They got 28 days. Don't be surprised if it happens again. I believe it will. I don't believe it'll be carried through completely, but I do believe they will squash, like the one they did at the golf course. I believe that they will have another one like that. They cannot let Trump be president because he has made whisperings that those people involved with the Steele dossier, with those people that are involved with the assassination attempt, will go to prison post haste. And I hope he's got Trey Gowdy as an attorney general, because that boy is a pit bull. I love him to death. Vance has got the coolest book and movie out about him coming up. Man, I'm going to tell you what, he came up rough. He came up rough. You don't find many people running for major office, and he will be the nominee in 2028. He kind of fits the person that I think would be the perfect president. He's not a lawyer. I don't want my president to be an attorney. I don't like attorneys in him. I don't care if he has master's, doctorate degrees but piled up high as his ass. I don't care. What I want is a guy, I don't care if he's got a high school education. I want him to be hungry. I want him to be unemployed a couple times. Not living off of daddy's money or working at daddy's factory or owning half of daddy's land. No. I want somebody that's been hungry a few times when there was no money in the bank, when things looked bleak. Yeah, I know Donald Trump born with a spoon in his mouth. But let me tell you what, that's the coolest rich kid on the face of the earth. I just gotta have a president that's got common sense. If you don't have the money to spend on a bullshit program, then don't spend it. Don't borrow any more money from Social Security. Leave it the hell alone. And quit asking for increases in Social Security when you're stealing the money faster than we can put it in there. $2.83 trillion stolen. Not a dime paid back. There's your elected thieves right there. And it ain't all Democrats. It's their fountain of youth. It's their endless flow of money. Well, that money belonged to my mom, and it belongs to me right now. Quit screwing with it. Leave it alone. Abandon these social programs that you're never going to make the money back. And quit giving out these free federal grants to study hookers and how ants move sand. $2.33 trillion given away with no expectation of repayment. That by itself would balance the budget, because we take in 4.63 trillion, but we spend 7.2. That would just about balance the budget right there. I don't have the facts and figures in front of me, and that's my mistake because I was going to. I wanted to know the total amount of money that we give away every year in foreign aid. And I also want to look at NATO, just as Trump did. Why should America pay for 90% of NATO? Why aren't the other countries ponying up by population and size their part of NATO? Same way it goes with the United Nations. You want to pay to play? Get the money together. Sell something. Have a garage sale. I'm going to tell you again, quit worrying about China buddying up with Russia to do a nuclear attack on us. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Trump did make a mistake tonight. I listened to him on YouTube. He said that Russia had 2,000 warheads, just like we do. No, we have 5,385. So does Russia. The treaties have kept it that. We got over 10,000. Whereas good old China only has 300. Think about it. 300 megaton warhead nuclear weapons. Hell, it don't make a difference how much money, how many nuclear warheads you got. You drop 300 on the United States, and you'll have your nuclear winter. They're not going to do it because of our 9-minute response time. By the time our Iron Dome starts taking theirs out, Moscow, Leningrad, those places will all be rubble. You cannot rule a nuclear winter. You cannot rule dead soil. They're not stupid enough to do that. They are stupid, but they're not stupid enough to do that. Even Chairman Xing Ying Jing Bing Bong King Tong, Xi knows that Trump will kick his ass. Russia is the same way. Rudy Putin knows that Donald Trump will take that big stick and knock the hell out of you. But with camel toe, she might want to do a little bit of horizontal negotiations. Look at little Rocket Man. He's got about 35 wives or something like that, and 100 girlfriends. She might fit in real well there. Okay, we're going to cut it off. I'm just telling you, if you pray, pray for the safety of Donald Trump. Because every day we get closer to that election, every day we get closer to that bloodbath that we're going to give the woke generation, BLM, Antifa, and all those other wonderful organizations that have contributed so much to society and so many blocked thoroughfares by standing in front of cars. Just makes me misty-eyed to think about all the wonderful things that they've did in this world, or they've done. I'm getting illiterate son of a bitch. That they have done in this world, and I wonder when Minneapolis will be completely rebuilt, for when they burn it down. Oh, I just love it. Had a conversation with a lady today who said, oh yeah, this is wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. But I'm not voting for that Trump guy because he wants to take away all of the woman's rights. I was polite. And she even took my address, and she's going to look at some of the podcasts, and she's probably going to remember talking to me. You have a right to your own body, ladies, but not to take the life of a 9-month-old gift from God. Late-term abortion is murder. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, piss you off? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. You can't ever convince me of anything different. Jim Voss, high above my garage, on a very touchy subjects tonight. 8 or 10 feet. Enjoying doing the podcast. I guess I'll have to pull my tentacles back in once Trump gets into office. I'll give you the full lowdown on everybody who's going to prison. And if you want to voluntarily go to their home and help them pack their bags, because the new orange is the old business suit. I love it. Hey, kiss my hand. I love you. I love my first responders. I love all my cops. I love my military people. I love everybody that's doing things for the greater good. And for those thieves that stole all that money. For all those thieves that are on the take. For all those lying son of a bitches that were standing behind the Steele dossier. That brought down a sitting president, ruined his family and his life. A resilient man he is. If he were not, he'd be crazy by now. I think that when you go to trial, you should be found guilty. And your punishment should be that you have a naked picture in your cell, you men, of Nancy Pelosi and Madam Lardass. And for you, I can't think of her name now. Yeah. Big back, ugly, gorilla ugly, Maxine Waters. Yeah, a naked picture of her. Yeah, kissing Hillary. And for you ladies, probably a picture of crying Chuck and a shift taking a warm shower together. And you should be forced to listen to every rally, every speech, every comment that Donald Trump has said since the day he came down the golden escalator. And it should be on a loop, noise and light deprivation, and then blast your ass with it like we did Noriega. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And also, when you think you're going to get a break and you're just about to go to sleep, they should have volume. I mean, big, huge speakers that would play the Mambo Queen's cackle every 3 minutes for about 30 seconds. You would be screaming, send me to hell, so I can get some relief. Shoot amongst us, John. Knock 'em out, John. One of us has got to have some relief. Always remember, it ain't the dress that makes that fat woman look fat. It's the fat that makes that fat woman look fat. Hear that, Hillary? Hillary, Hillary, Doc. Time to go to bed? No, it's not. Time to watch the movies. I love you. Take care. 28 more days. I feel like a kid waiting on Christmas, laying across the threshold to my bedroom, trying to get a peek at the bottom of the tree. Always fell asleep waiting to see Santa Claus. Can't believe my daddy ate all them damn cookies and milk. Love you. Let me find my little button over here. And there we go across the board. It is blue. We're gone.